Thank you very much. Please be seated. You have no light at the airport, and I have to fly back within the next 10 minutes. To you leaders, I've heard this. To the victim, there is nothing I can give you. Thank you very much. Please be seated. You have no light.
Welcome back to the channel. If you are watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button right now. Because today's story, we are covering a story that has Nigeria talking, arguing and mourning all at once. 28 people killed on Palm Sunday in Angwan, Rukuba, Jos, Plateau State. Family destroyed. A mother's video clutching her dying son on the street broke the internet and broke the hearts of millions of Nigerians. And when the president finally arrived to console the victims days after, the first thing that caught his attention was the airport lights. Stay with me, because this story has layers. Let us go back to March 29, 2026, Palm Sunday, one of the most sacred days in the Christian calendar. Families in Angwan Rukuba, a community in Jos North local government area, were going about their day when unidentified gunmen unleashed terror on the neighborhood. According to Daily Post Nigeria, at least 27 people were killed and several others were injured in the attack. A curfew was immediately imposed across parts of Jos as security agencies scrambled to contain the situation. But the damage was done. Lives were gone. Homes were shattered. And a community that had already suffered years of religious violence was once again left bleeding. Then came the video that stopped Nigeria cold. A woman named Favor Roda was filmed holding the body of her son, Ayuba, in what can only be described as a mother's worst nightmare captured in real time. Daily Post Nigeria reported that the emotional moment went viral and generated widespread reactions across the country. That image, that raw, unfiltered grief became the face of the Angwan Rukuba massacre. It demanded a response. It demanded presence. It demanded leadership. 4 days later, President Bola Tinubu arrived in Jos, according to Niger 247 News. The president visited Plateau State on Thursday to console victims and families affected by the attack. Meeting the government officials, traditional rulers, and grieving families. On the surface, that sounds like exactly what a president should do. But the details of that visit have since triggered a firestorm of controversy that is still burning as of this video. Here is what History reported the president said when he arrived. His words, quoted directly: "You have no light at the airport. I have to fly back within 10 minutes. To the victims, there is nothing I can give you, whether in millions, but to console you." Read that again. 28 people were killed. A nation was in mourning. Families were still identifying bodies. And the president's opening remark was about the airport having no light. What a shame. Then he told the victims he had 10 minutes before flying back. 10 minutes. That is the kind of detail that does not go unnoticed in a country that is already exhausted by leaders' disconnection from the ordinary suffering. Sahara reporters captured his words slightly differently, but with the same essence. They quoted him saying, "And I have to fly back within 10 minutes. To you leaders, I've had this. To the victims, there is nothing I can give you." Again, 10 minutes, a clock was ticking, while mothers were still weeping. Now, in the interest of fairness, let us look at what the president actually said and promised during the visit. Addressing victims, President Tinubu acknowledged that the viral video of Favor Roda, Daily Post reported him saying, "I take responsibility. I know the pain I saw in the video you held to Ayuba and the pain and agony in your heart. But it's only God who can give you joy and comfort." He also told the gathering, as reported by Vanguard, "As government, we will try our best to comfort you, to work with you, but the best solution is for Jos to return to Jos we used to know." He directed the security chiefs present, including the Inspector General of Police, the Chief of Army Staff, and the Minister of Defense, to hunt down the killers. Niger 247 News quoted him telling them, "You must go out and fight the killers, not merely to console and create windows and widowers." He made a significant security announcement. According to Channels Television, Tinubu ordered the installation of over 5,000 CCTV cameras across Plateau State. The Minister of Communication, Bosu Tijani, confirmed the surveillance system would be powered by artificial intelligence and rolled out beginning in Jos. The president also announced a compensation committee, saying, as reported by Channels TV, "Once we return to Abuja, the committee will begin work. We need a proper assessment of the losses. While we cannot replace life lost, we will do everything possible to provide relief to those affected." These are not small promises. Cameras, committees, security directives. On paper, they look like action. But then came Atiku Abubakar's camp with the allegation that completely changed the conversation. Atiku's spokesperson, Frank Shaibu, alleged in a statement carried by Daily Post, Nigeria, that Tinubu's so-called on-the-spot assessment was reduced to a brief stop at the foot of his aircraft, never going beyond the airport boundary, never reaching the grieving communities, never truly touching the pain of the victims. Even more disturbing was the allegation that the government transported grieving citizens from the distant parts of Jos to the airport in Hampang near Barkin-Laden just to stage an appearance for the cameras. Daily Post Nigeria quoted the statement saying, "At a time when families are in deep mourning, such actions reduce genuine human tragedy to a choreographed spectacle, prioritizing optics over empathy and dignity." Atiku's camp also pointed to what they called a troubling pattern, referencing a similar visit to Benue State in June 2025, where a condolence trip reportedly avoided the actual site of the attack and turned into something resembling a political rally. AIT Live captured the mood on the ground in Jos, reporting that grief, anger, and renewed calls for justice defined the atmosphere as families who lost loved ones came face to face with the president. So, where does that leave us? 28 Nigerians killed on Palm Sunday. A president who arrived 4 days later reportedly never left the airport, complained about the lightning, gave the victims 10 minutes, promised 5,000 cameras, and flew back to Abuja. Whether you read that as a leader doing the best he could under a difficult circumstance, or a president performing grief for the cameras, one thing is not in dispute. The people of Angwan Rukuba deserved better than 10 minutes. They deserved more than promises made at the foot of a runway. They deserved a leader who will walk into their community, sit with their pain, and stay long enough to feel the weight of it. The cameras will come, or they will not. The committee will report, or it will not. But the 28 who were killed on Palm Sunday will not come back. And no amount of airport announcement will change that. If this video moved you, like, share, and comment. Subscribe for more Nigerian political analysis and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this visit was a genuine leadership or political theater? Let Nigerians decide. Until I see you on the next video, Good Friday.